Today on People Now, did Channing Tatum's career take a toll on his marriage to Jenna Dewan? We have the latest on the couple's split.
Chip and Joanna Gaines give a last farewell on the Fixer Upper finale.
Wait until you hear the announcement that made Justin Timberlake stop his concert.
Plus,
all of those details are still really shocking to me.
Kate, Mara, and Jason Clarke tell us everything we need to know about their new movie, Chappaquiddick.
It's all today on People Now.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. We hope you are starting to recover from the heartbreak caused by the whole Tatum-Dewan split. We're getting over it slowly here.
Slowly, but surely.
Don't worry, though. There's at least one power couple that is still crazy in love, and I do mean the pun. It's Beyonce and Jay-Z. It's their 10th wedding anniversary, everyone.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's
Yeah.
right. They may have 99 problems, but love ain't one.
Oh!
No, whatever. To honor their marriage milestone, we want to know, what is your favorite Beyonce or Jay-Z song?
Oh.
Whatever. Tweet us at People with the hashtag People Now.
We hope you get creative with puns with their song titles, too.
Love
Please
puns.
do it. First, guys, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. Before his shocking split from wife of 9 years, Jenna Dewan Tatum, Channing Tatum had been open about the difficulty of balancing his personal and professional life. When asked how he juggles work and family back in 2015, the actor admitted to People, quote, "not very well." He added, "I'm lucky to have people that care enough to make sure I'm not screwing things up." The Magic Mike star, who rose to fame alongside his future wife in the 2006 drama Step Up, explained how having daughter Everly helped change his perspective. He said, "Having a family and a little girl, it really makes things super clear. Before I sign on for new roles, I ask myself, is this worth taking time away from them?" Tatum also gave Dewan credit for helping him stay centered, revealing the couple stay grounded just from each other and that they have a responsibility to keep pushing each other to grow and be better. But the pressures of Hollywood seem to overwhelm the A-lister, who admitted the spotlight can sometimes make him feel miserable. He adds, "None of this is easy, but at the same time, it's everything I would have ever wanted to do. I really like challenge, but I would like things to get a little slower. That would be nice, but I have no other option. I can't not live in the moment." At the time, one of Tatum's goals was to focus on staying present with his family and to avoid bringing the stresses of work home. He said a perfect day would be just sitting and doodling with his wife and daughter. The former couple announced their separation in a joint statement on Monday, saying in part, "Love is a beautiful adventure that is taking us on different paths for now." And now we move on to one couple who is most definitely going strong. This week's People cover story takes a closer look at how Prince Harry was changed by his love for fiancée Meghan Markle. Now, we all remember when Harry was the royal rebel of the early 2000s, making headlines for partying too hard and behaving badly. But behind the scenes, insiders say that he had spiraled even more than anyone realized and nearly lost himself following the 1997 death of his mother, Princess Diana. One palace source tells People, quote, "Looking back, he was grieving quite a bit, but nobody really recognized it that way. He was quite sad and masked it with naughtiness, but there was a vulnerable little boy in there." Harry himself only recently admitted that after 2 years of what he calls total chaos, that he came close to a complete breakdown. He told the Daily Telegraph in 2017 that his way of dealing with it was, quote, "sticking my head in the sand, refusing to think about my mom." As Harry grew up and began to cope with his grief, he found a sense of order through his service in the British Army, which led him to found the Invictus Games. It's an annual Paralympic-style competition for wounded warriors. And that new sense of purpose brought a stability that he had lacked. But according to Duncan Larcombe, he's a former Royals reporter who has traveled with Prince Harry, something was still missing. He says Harry, quote, "desperately wanted to get married and be happy. He sees his brother has found that. The fact that Meghan arrived when she did completes it for Harry." So why is Meghan a perfect fit? Well, Larcombe says Meghan was established before she met Harry, and that's a first for the royal family. He says he doesn't think Harry was ever going to marry a nice upper-class girl from the English counties. It's just not him. He's found a great match in her. Well, today, the fact that Harry is so open about how troubled he was and how he sought counseling speaks volumes, and Larcombe says that he imagines that's Meghan's influence on him. In fact, a royal insider goes on to add of Meghan, quote, "she's definitely the one wearing the trousers in their relationship. She's a strong, opinionated woman who has her own ideas about things, and that's one of the things that he loves about her." A palace source adds, Meghan is going to be a force. She will help him really define his role and relate to the public in a way that he wouldn't have been able to do before. It was worth the wait. And that true test, what about Prince Harry's partying ways? Well, according to another source, quote, "Harry's drinking days are over." Guys, for more on this story, you can pick up a copy of this week's People on newsstands Friday.
Do it all. If there's anything to do with the real estate market, she designs them. We remodel.
You're doing great.
A lot of stuff for you just to pop out.
Look at them, they look like babies there. But yes, after 5 shiplap-filled years, the time has finally come to say goodbye to Fixer Upper. I know, we're all sad, but Tuesday night's episode of the HGTV show was its last, and stars Chip and Joanna Gaines closed this chapter of their lives with some sweet social media posts as the episode aired. Chip tweeted several times before and during the episode, like this one: "Last demo day, I'm not crying, you're crying." Poor Chip. We know that he does love his demo days, and he followed that with a tweet that says, in part, quote, "We are forever grateful for your support over the last 5 seasons. Don't worry, you can always find us here in Waco." And Joanna Instagrammed these fun throwback photos. The top is from when they shot their very first episode back in 2012. The bottom was taken during filming for the finale last year. Joanna captioning that in part, "What a journey this has been." Tuesday's episode was definitely bittersweet, but also full of fun surprises, like the moment Chip told his kids about his first date with Joanna, revealing how that date inspired the name of their company, Magnolia. He says during the date, he actually climbed up a magnolia tree and pulled down a magnolia bloom and gave it to Joanna. And thank goodness he did, guys. That is where the whole Magnolia empire began, and now we know. Nothing is going to ever replace Fixer Upper, but fans of the Gaines family do have Joanna's spin-off show, Behind the Design, to look forward to. It premieres Tuesday, April 10th, and we'll dig deeper into how Joanna transforms previously dilapidated properties into stunning farmhouses and inspired homes. You can stay on People.com for all the latest news about the Gaines' other big project these days, baby number 5, a boy who is due this summer. A lot going on with those two, and of course we wish them the best. And Andrea, you have more for us in Star Treks.
Yes, I do. So we are kicking off Star Treks with a little wedding and babies update, which we always love. Now, it's officially been more than a year since John Cena epically proposed to fiancée Nikki Bella live at WrestleMania 33. We all remember that. And in this week's People, the Blocker star says he's been letting Nikki do most of the planning and keeps his involvement to a minimum. He says, quote, "I'm involved, but I'm like the last checkpoint. I'm excited, but I want the day to be important for Nicole. I know we'll have a wonderful future together." Well, both Nikki and John were married once before, but since Nikki eloped in Vegas her first go-round, it makes sense he wants his bride-to-be to enjoy the planning stage. Now, when it comes to kids, Cena has been pretty vocal about not wanting kids in the past, but he might be opening up to the possibility. He tells People that his recent role as an overprotective dad in Blockers has been changing his mind. And that quote, "Working on my relationship with my bride-to-be helps with that. Although he still hasn't made an official statement saying he wants kids or anything, I'm very hopeful we'll be looking out for little wrestlers at some point in the future." I think it might happen. Speaking of babies, new dads Nate Berkus and husband Jeremiah Brent welcomed their new son Oskar on March 26th, and now they're sharing the first photos of the adorable newborn exclusively with People. So there he is, so cute, little Oskar Michael Brent Berkus in all his sweet glory, so precious. Oskar came in at 8 pounds and 2 ounces and was delivered via surrogate. Now, if you notice, Oskar is spelled with a K, and the unique spelling holds great significance to the couple. Oskar is actually named after Berkus's former partner, Fernando Boehlke, who died in the 2004 tsunami while they were vacationing together in Sri Lanka. Fernando's middle name was Oskar, and it was actually Jeremiah's suggestion to name the baby after him, saying, quote, "He's part of our love story. It's such an important chapter in Nate's life, so the idea that we can honor his memory in a beautiful way was exciting to us." It's very special. Speaking of special, it seems the now family of 4 is adjusting to their new life together very well. The parents call their foursome a, quote, "little tribe," and 3-year-old Poppy is already getting the hang of life as a big sister. Now, according to her daddy Nate, the second Poppy hears Oskar crying, she is ready to go with a blankie or a bottle. Sounds like Oskar is in really good hands. Nate and Jeremiah say they are grateful for the time they have together and with their 2 children. Such a sweet story. Very happy for them. While Britney Spears' boyfriend Sam Asghari is making sure the pop star knows how much he loves her. He posted a Woman Crush Wednesday on Tuesday, yes, a day early. The Instagram included 3 photos of Spears in a sheer black dress with floral embroidery, looking hot, with the caption, "Not gonna wait until tomorrow to express my love for the one that humbles me. Woman Crush not only Wednesdays, but every day. Hashtag she humbles me." The couple has been inseparable ever since they were first romantically linked over a year ago after meeting on the set of Spears' Slumber Party music video. Of course, the pair played coy about their relationship in the beginning, but confirmed rumors that they were officially together in a New Year's Instagram post. Now, since then, the two have wasted no time in sharing how they feel about each other on social media. They even sparked engagement rumors when Spears was spotted vacationing in Hawaii with a diamond ring on that finger. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. They're very adorable. All right, guys, Justin Timberlake made a pregnancy announcement on Tuesday night, but don't get too excited. The pop star is not expecting. The Man of the Woods singer stopped in the middle of his concert in Detroit to announce a fan's pregnancy. Watch this.
You ready?
Yeah!
Detroit, this is very cool. Are you ready? This is really help announce my pregnancy to my family.
Yeah, how cool is this? JT excitedly stopped his concert to announce this pregnancy. The pop star ran over to the fan and grabbed her sign to read it to the crowd, announcing, quote, "Baby Baxter arriving November 1st, 2018. He even gave the baby a nickname, Baby Bax. I'm liking it. Baxter told E! News that she, quote, "loved him since I was 6 years old, so if I wanted anyone in the world to announce it, it was him." Well, the mom-to-be's dream came true on a girls' night out. The father wasn't even at the show. It's a good surprise, though. The husband received the video of Justin making the announcement via text and responded, "Oh, wow." It's great.
I think he screamed it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
While the newborn won't be named in honor of Justin, Baxter says that he is, quote, "more than welcome to be the godfather." That's amazing. Love that story. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. Luann de Lesseps is opening up about getting sober after her humiliating arrest. Plus, what does Kate Mara have to say about House of Cards coming back for its final season without Kevin Spacey? That is next, but first we go on to this.
Yeah, let's check in on the question of the day. So in honor of their 10th wedding anniversary, we asked you guys what's your favorite Beyonce or Jay-Z song?
Ashley says, my favorite Jay-Z and Beyonce song has to be Deja Vu. Brings me back to afternoons after school watching TRL. Oh,
yeah,
great.
Another producer says, Crazy in Love, nothing more iconic.
Love that. Keep the answers coming on. We want to hear more from you, but now we go on to this, the Real Housewives of New York City.
Very exciting. Real Housewives of New York City is back for season 10, and we have a lot to talk about.
OG cast member Luann de Lesseps made headlines Christmas Eve after she was arrested in Palm Beach for disorderly intoxication, battery on an officer, resisting arrest with violence, and threatening a public servant. Yeah,
the aftermath of Luann's arrest will play out on the show this season. Now, fellow castmate Sonia Morgan stopped by People Now to give her take on the ordeal and how Luann is feeling today.
They charged me with resisting arrest.
She assaulted a police officer. This is very embarrassing.
Luann's getting out of rehab.
I've been traveling, I've been to prison, and I just want to be close to home.
I don't feel she has a drinking problem. I think she just got faced that night somehow.
Okay.
Who knows how, by the way? I don't know how that happened. Who the hell knows? But but she has embraced the change and what she can do to better herself, and she's very strong. The family's strong. I know her family because I know her for so long, and her, her children. She's inspiring us all.
Yeah.
Really. The viewers are right there, right behind her.
She has a court appearance April 13th where she faces possible jail time if convicted. How are you sort of helping her through that?
I've always played the long game with my friends. I don't have any, listen, I have enough to take care of myself. I just really, I'm there for them. They know if they need me and they want to vent or cry on a shoulder, that's it. She has professional advisors, and that's how you handle things, really.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I believe in her, though. She's very strong, and this really was a one-off event. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that she is doing well. Of course, the arrest happened almost a year after Luann married ex-husband Tom D'Agostino. Definitely lots of emotions at play during that time frame.
Yeah, it's now been 8 months since the former couple finalized their divorce. So naturally, we had to find out, has Miss de Lesseps dipped her toes into the dating world? Well, Sonia Morgan gave us the scoop.
It's funny, her and I were saying, we're not that, the men come to us.
Okay. No, yeah.
It's like, how do you stay focused with the shiny, bright lights of New York and all the temptation, and that includes men? Basically, it's hard to say no all the time.
Oh, so there is stuff
I know
going
Bethany
on.
comes from
Maybe
a place that yes, but I'm sometimes just having to say, I'm most of the time saying no. No to meat, no to meat. And, it's like,
If you could dream up the perfect man for Luann, kind of as her wing woman.
I think she needs an older man with a lifestyle and his own set of friends, his own, solid footprint.
Okay. So he's not sort of like finding his identity in her.
Yeah, you said that very well. Wow, you really have been watching.
Hey, I know my Bravo ladies.
You do.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Speaking of Luann, the New York City housewife is opening up about her battle with alcohol in this week's issue of People, explaining how her humiliating arrest was actually a wake-up call in the right direction.
Rehab was a gift that I gave myself. I've never spent that much time focusing on me. As horrible as that night in Palm Beach was, it made me change my life. It was a wake-up call for me, and at this point now, looking back, I have gratitude for that. I don't think that I would have stopped drinking if something this drastic hadn't happened to me. I'm grateful to the universe at this point for stopping me dead in my tracks. And too bad it took this far for me to go, public humiliation, to change myself. But I don't think unless I was humiliated publicly that I would have ever changed.
Yeah, Luann says she hasn't been tempted to drink so far in her recovery, but that she was on a scary downward spiral prior to the arrest.
Yeah, the reality star tells People that she was drinking at least 7 drinks a day at one point, revealing the alcohol, quote, just stopped working.
Now, de Lesseps knew she had to make a drastic change in order to better her life. She says rehab was a, quote, godsend. She also began going to therapy, she quit smoking, and lost 8 pounds thanks to yoga and meditation.
Now, although the housewife says she doesn't know if she will drink again, she is happy with her choices so far. She tells People, all I know is that not drinking works for me right now.
Yeah, really happy for her and her improvements there. All right, moving on to this. Jason Clarke and Kate Mara star in the new movie Chappaquiddick, which tells the true story of Senator Ted Kennedy and the fatal car accident that he was involved in off Martha's Vineyard in 1969.
But on a lighter note, when Jason and Kate stopped by People Now, we had to ask about some of their previous roles.
Yeah, like Jason Clarke's first paying job in The Biz, which happened to be a Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen movie that took place in Australia.
Yes, the classic, which we all know and love and remember, Our Lips Are Sealed. Here's what Jason had to say about that very early moment in his career.
I did not know this.
You called that, quote, your first decent paying job. When you think back about that time in your career, what goes through your mind?
What goes through my mind? I was, I was at a drama school and I was very, very happy. I think it enabled me to move into a bigger apartment.
Okay, right.
It was Americans coming to Australia and making, telly movies, and I had good memories. It was fun.
The road to Ted Kennedy paved with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen specials.
The person that brings this up, apart from you, is my niece in Australia. Pup,
this is what she loves, probably.
Can we watch a movie? And then she go on the beach, and she's lined that up.
Cute.
Amazing.
Well, and of course, we can't forget Kate Mara's iconic role in the first 2 seasons of Netflix's House of Cards.
Yeah, I mean, the Kate Mara scene of season 2, the one moment in recent TV or movie history when I literally gasped out loud.
Yeah, okay, so this is a good time for a spoiler alert. If you have not watched season 2 of House of Cards and are planning to catch up before the finale season premieres this fall, turn this off right now.
Yeah, because Kate is about to reveal her thoughts on the show continuing without Kevin Spacey in light of his sexual misconduct scandal and what she hopes will happen in the final episodes.
I think that Robin's character has been sort of like ready for this moment since season 1.
Absolutely.
So I can't wait to watch. I have to catch up. I'm a couple seasons behind.
Are you?
But I'm desperately waiting, just like everybody else is, to see what Robin does, because she's one of the best actresses, in my opinion, that we have. So I can't wait to see what she does with that.
Any fan fiction version of the end that you would like to see happen?
Well, I wish I could come back from the dead.
It makes sense. Spoiler, everyone.
But I can promise you it's not happening.
Right, a little dream sequence.
I already did that. I already did that.
Guys, the new movie Chappaquiddick tells the story of Senator Ted Kennedy, the youngest brother of President John F. Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy, and the fatal car accident involving Ted that took the life of Mary Jo Kopechne in July 1969. Be sure to check it out when it hits theaters everywhere Friday, April 6th, because according to the movie's stars, Jason Clarke and Kate Mara, you'll be shocked by some of the real-life scandals, sordid details, just like they were when they first got that script.
I didn't know that, it was possible that Mary Jo died of asphyxiation, that she was alive for at least 25 minutes. I didn't know that Ted wore a neck brace to the funeral. I didn't know that there was one of the New York Times' big journalists on the island that met Ted that day. I mean, all these things are just like, my gosh, that I didn't know the depth of what occurred.
But the specific details that we obviously play out in the film of Mary Jo's death and of her being trapped in the car for the amount of time that she was alive, and the amount of time it took Ted to actually say something to somebody, and the amount of people that then just didn't do anything about it. All of those details are still really shocking to me.
It's a very intimate story. You accept that I am Ted Kennedy, And you just go on this journey with this man and this woman and these people, and then you actually realize the gravitas of who they are and what they did.
Sure.
I mean, they're taking off for the moon that day, which Jack put in motion, 10 years previously. We landed on the moon the same time this happened.
Yeah.
The overlap of those events is remarkable, and probably for me watching was one of the most sort of enlightening, surprising things. I can't believe that this sort of the coalescence of events or whatever.
A lot of people actually don't know this full story. Definitely the younger generations don't. And I think that it's important that we're educated on all of the things that have happened in our history. And it's important that we talk about these things because, it's part of our lives, and I think a lot of it is sort of how we end up where we are today, politically speaking. So I'm excited to be a part of a film that I think will really get people talking.
All right, thank you so much for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Jason and Kate. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Jason Clarke.
I'm Kate Mara, and this is One Last Thing.
Last song that stuck in my head was I Am a Girl from an Island. Moana.
Good one. The last thing that was stuck in my head was Terrified by Childish Gambino.
Oh!
It's a great song.
Damn. Last thing I did to unwind after a long day of interviews was a hot bath.
I had some wine.
Some?
A couple glasses, yeah.
Actually, the last time I was starstruck was when I just wrapped First Man, and I was at the Sunset Tower, and I literally bumped into Buzz Aldrin. And I was standing there, and he said, "Well, have you got something to say while you're talking to me?" And I said,
my God.
"Dude, I just played Ed White." And he goes, "Oh!"
That's a really good one. Last time I was starstruck was I was at the BAFTAs with my husband because he was nominated. And Daniel Day-Lewis was there, and we were both like, "You say hi," and I said, "No, you say hi," and we argued about who would say hi first.
Did anybody say? Oh, he's gone.
I did. I was like, "Hi."